Shalom, Israel. It's your brother JD Nija here with another message of edification and exhortation. Before I get started, all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Praises and honor to the family of Israel, Yasharallah, the house of David, the 144,000 under construction as the temple of our future kingdom, the 1/3 that's going to make it, and even to you 2/3 that are listening that are struggling for their salvation that might actually fight their way into the kingdom. Today is Friday in January, a couple days after the inauguration. Such a nasty word. I would go into it, but I already have a message planned. I'll say one thing quickly about inauguration. You know, an auger digs holes, so when you're inaugurating, you're getting somebody that's going to dig a pit for you, basically. So you can look that up for yourself. Wow, it's pretty today. Look over here. Look at the clouds. Nice, huh? Anyhow, a few messages ago, I went into they think they're watching us, but Esau Edom might put his cameras everywhere and think that he's got us spotted out and eyed out and all that, but Yahweh and Yahushai, they got more cameras. Their eyes are bigger. What's the old saying? The wicked's arms are too short to box with the Most High. Right? Yesterday's message, I hope I didn't overstep myself or confuse anyone with what I was saying about myself and how it fits, because just about anyone that has this faith, they took a long walk to get here. It didn't just pop up overnight and you're like, oh wow, I'm an Israelite. Oh wow, I'm of the tribe of Naphtali, or I'm of the tribe of Asher. Probably if you were listening, the Lord told you that at some point coming up to now, and you've known that, or you felt that, and that's why the tribes chart is important for the people that have seen it, and I'm gonna try and put it all together for you too, because maybe you've never heard of the tribes chart, but it refers to, in Ezekiel said, I'm going to take the stick of Judah and I'm going to take the stick of Ephraim and I'm going to make them one stick in my hand. And that's the stick that he's going to batter these nations with. He's going to crack some heads with the stick of the tribes. And so the 12 tribes chart is, it denotes the tribes from what we've gathered from the Spirit. It doesn't say it anywhere in the Bible, what we're saying, but we're the men of the Lord, the prophets, we pretty much all agree that the West Indians are the Benjamites, and the Haitians are the Levites, and the Dominicans is Simeon. Gad is the North American tribes. Reuben is the Seminole Indians. As you go down, we have Ephraim is the Puerto Ricans. Issachar is the so-called Mexicans. All these names that I'm throwing out there, like Jamaicans, Haitians, those are the ones that Esau Edom gave us. They're the true names of these peoples are the sons of Jacob, the tribes. So then you have, I think Asher is the middle Southern Americans. Naphtali is the very Southern American tribes. They're the Chileans, the Argentinians, and these folks. And then, who am I missing? Zebulon. Zebulon is also of those South American tribes. Anyway, so whatever I threw out there yesterday that might have got anyone confused about how I'm coming towards you, just know that I'm coming towards you with the love of my people at heart, the people of the Most High Yahweh, and our deliverer Yahushai. And it's not about me at all. It's about us as a people coming back to our power. Okay, so today's message, now that that's said, today's message is going to be, it's a Psalm of Asaph. I've brought up Asaph before because Psalm 73 was a psalm that the Lord gave me many years ago. And I read that psalm and I went, wow, I can relate to this, but I'm not going to get into that today. But then I looked into Asaph. Asaph he's a psalmist for David, and he wrote 12 psalms. He wrote 73 through 83. So you gotta give him some credit. Beyond anything, he was with David, and he wrote Psalm 83, which is one of the most prophetic psalms in the Bible. So he wrote those 10, and then he also wrote Psalm 50 and Psalm 91. So he wrote 12. He wrote 12 psalms, and there's 12 tribes, and the Bible fits together in a mathematical way. That's why there's a book of Numbers, and that's why everything's numbered, and it's amazing. It really is amazing. If you're a person that studies a lot, like I was saying yesterday, and likes information, knowledge, and things like that, the Bible is the most coolest thing to study, because the amazing intricacy and interconnectedness of the Bible is beyond all thought. It spreads out like a universe of stars or whatever. That's the best analogy I could give you for that one. But the word math comes from a Hebrew word, amath, and math and amath. Amath is the truth. So the math of the Bible, the way it fits together, is the truth, and that's why Yahushua is called the way, the truth, and the life, because he's the math that makes all this real, from every little atom to the clouds, the ocean, the sand of the sea. I'm gonna move on now, but that's the point I was trying to make yesterday, that the truth is a math that's not of man. It's a spiritual math. So with that being said, I'm going to go to where I was talking about the camera and how Esau Edom thinks he sees us. But this is Asaph telling them, no, I see you, bro. So here we go. It's Psalm 50, God will judge, a psalm of Asaph, but I'm going to go over here where it says, God sees and punishes wicked acts. Okay. Verse 16 of Psalm 50. But unto the wicked, God says, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that you should take my covenant in your mouth? Seeing you hatest instruction, and you cast my words behind you. When you sawest a thief, verse 18, then you consented with him, and hast been a partaker with adulterers. Verse 19, now givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue to frame deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, and slandereth thine own mother's son. 21, these things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Though you thought that I was altogether such as one as yourself, but I will reprove thee, and set them in order before your eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Okay, there's a couple things in here that it makes it. I had to look into it because I was kind of lost on. Right here it says, reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. See the little B there, set them? That leads back to another psalm of Asaph. And it confused me for a minute, but it was saying in Psalm 91, the thing that he's setting them in order before their eyes is their sins, their iniquity, their wicked acts. So if you go down this psalm, there's a few interesting things. Verse 17, seest thou hatest instructions and cast my words behind thee. That means they're not listening. These deaf, dumb, and blind kids, they're like, yeah, right. Okay, gotcha, right, sure, right, whatever. Get back to work, or whatever it is that they want you to do. You, in verse 16, you're taking my covenant in your mouth. That's what happened during this inauguration. They're out there praying and putting their hands on the Bible and swearing by Yahweh that he's not their power. So what he's saying in this, what Asaph is saying here is, man, I've got, you think you got us in a trick bag. He's got them in a trick bag, because he's going to set their sins in order before their eyes. He's going to replay the footage before their very eyes, so they can't run, they can't hide, and he's going to tear them in pieces if they keep it up. And they will. He put the spirit in them to do that. That's what they do. They're the wicked. They're Esau, Edom. They're not of the Most High. They're not of Yahweh. They're not of the tribes. They're not of the inheritance. They're not of the redemption. They're not of the deliverance. Not there. They're not there. It ain't happening. So this place is going to melt down, man. It's going to melt down, and that's the message for today. God sees and punishes wicked acts. If you're of the tribes of Israel, it's time to separate yourself from this wicked-ass, vile, decrepit, deceptive, degenerate society that we live in. Dirty, polluted, gross, Darkness. JD Nija. Your brother. Love you, Israel. Till the next one. Shalom.